The Eastern Pennsylvania Conference of the United Methodist Church covers a diverse piece of geography that stretches from the coal regions to the Delaware River and from southern Lancaster County to the Poconos. It is a faith community of 125,000 men, women, and children of all ages, races, and nationalities who worship and serve Christ through 442 local churches. Since the 1970 merger of the Eastern Conference of the Evangelical United Brethren Church and the Philadelphia and Central Conferences of the Methodist Church, the Eastern Pennsylvania Conference of the United Methodist Church has been faithfully led by clergy and their spouses who committed their lives to caring for the needs of our local churches. When they were called, they went. Like their ministering ancestors before them, the circuit riders of our history, they served where the bishop appointed them. When church members had a spiritual need, they reached out to them. Frequently, they set aside the needs of their own families to support an ill member or a bereaved family. Clergy served knowing that, though they frequently had little to invest for retirement, their churches would assist them in retirement through a small pension. Until 1980, our conference paid the pension payments directly from the annually received local church contributions. The 1980 General Conference mandated that all conferences needed to accumulate enough money for this pension promise. A plan was developed and instituted, similar to a 40-year mortgage, to pay off the Eastern Pennsylvania Conference pre-82 pension liability by 2021.
The 2008 downturn in the market caused the Eastern Pennsylvania Conference Board of Pension and Health Benefits investments to be decreased. This amount was what was used to pay the end-of-the-year annual payment for pre-82 pension liability. Of course, our funds did not recover as quickly as your IRAs or your 401ks because we continued to make our payments on a smaller amount. One of the steps that our board has taken to mitigate this loss is to change our investment managers. We saw about a 10.5% return on our investments last year, which is a good thing. And then beginning in 2012, the board's portion of the year-end payment has decreased to 25%, which leaves the remainder 75% for local churches.
And so, in 2011, the Conference Board of Trustees, Council on Finance and Administration, and Board of Pension and Health Benefits developed a threefold plan to address the increased burden the local church budget would have to bear.
At the 2012 annual conference, a resolution was approved to proactively deal with this pension issue. This three-part resolution consisted of reductions in the conference budget and partial proceeds from the sale of churches that are closed and this capital campaign. The successful completion of this resolution will allow us to remove this liability prior to 2021 and free up local church money for local church missions. Before I agreed to be part of this campaign, I researched the pre-82 pension, and I can report that every payment that has been requested by the General Conference actuaries was paid, and we've paid in excess of $52 million so far. Our goal is to get over this financial hurdle and move forward as soon as possible.
And that is really what this campaign is about. Keeping our promises to pastors who have and continue to serve our congregations and enabling local churches to serve Jesus in their communities.
By participating in the Fulfilling Our Covenant campaign, we not only make our promise that we made to our brothers and sisters who served prior to 1982, but we also expand resources for ministries like at St. Matthew's United Methodist Church of Valley Forge, where I serve. Churches will be enabled to reach out in bold ways and make disciples of Jesus Christ in our communities. I hope that you will participate in this campaign. I think about brothers and sisters who went before me, who paved the way to enable me to be in service. And now it's my opportunity to step up and take this time to serve and make the way for them. And I hope that one day someone else might step up and do the same for me.
I'm Bishop Peggy Johnson, and I would like to thank you for viewing this video. I hope you've learned more information about our campaign, the Fulfilling Our Covenant campaign. This is to help us pay for our pre-82 liability for our pastor's pension, but it's more than that. It will help free up funds so that we might do more mission and ministry out in our communities and spread the gospel of Jesus Christ all over the world. So thank you, and may God help you as you discern your gift for this campaign.
Since we made our commitment to the campaign, our church just found out that we've got another $30,000 to $35,000 surprise expense. And it'd be kind of easy to sit back and say, well, maybe we need to back up a little bit. But, you know, what's happening to us is the same thing that happens to individuals and the same thing that happens to our retired clergy. We all have surprises.
Let's join together as a conference to help reduce this indebtedness so that we can free up ministry monies in each of our local churches. Will you join with me?
I support the Fulfilling of Our Covenant campaign. I hope you will too.
Yo apoyo nuestra campaña de promesas hechas a nuestro clérigo retirado. Yo espero que tú también.
I support the Fulfilling Our Covenant campaign. I hope you will too.
Sisters and brothers, this is our campaign. It's for our future. By satisfying the pre-82 pension liability, we will be able to give more to our ministry, our programs, and our outreach ministry. I am a giver to the Fulfilling Our Covenant, specifically because I want to make sure that our church is around for our children and their children. With the support you provide, we will be able to accomplish that so that our churches would be around for many generations to come.
I hope you will join with me and give a generous gift. This campaign is very important to the local church because it affects local church mission.
So now I ask that you join me in prayer as we seek direction on how God can help us to meet our challenge. Your support of the Fulfilling Our Covenant campaign will help to keep the promises that we have made and help your local church raise funds to address your local needs. These funds are necessary for the continuing ministry to bring Christ to your community. A successful campaign will mean that we will keep our promise to our pastors who have served your church faithfully, and Christ will continue to be brought to your community through the ministry you perform. Please give generously.